Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind. How do they perceive you at the moment or in general? We'll see what comes through. But we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, two, and three. If you need to pause the video so you can take a moment to choose your group, feel free. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, and this reading could be for you, the person on your mind. How do they perceive you at the moment? We have the Ace of Cups upright, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse as well. Okay. So it feels that the person you're asking about, they actually perceive you as quite innocent. They perceive you as very kind and compassionate. They do think you're always like taking care of people or watching out for people, or that you can just be very nurturing towards people. They could also see you as someone who compliments others. Like this could be literally complimenting people, vocally. But this could be in another way, like the people you're around, maybe you make them look good, like you compliment the people that you're around in terms of maybe like energy. Um, and and in some situations they could think that you make other people look better, but they do perceive you as this peacemaker, someone who's very calm, and they think you like to keep the people and the environment around you quite calm as well, even if that doesn't always work. But they do feel like you are always quite zen in those moments. They perceive you as being quite low key, not as in private or anything like that. I mean, they could perceive you as private, but this feels like it's in a way where like as someone who maybe likes to be in the background. Despite that, they do think you get a lot of attention. Like they still feel that you stand out, even though you could like to, be low key and kind of be like an observer or in the background somehow. Um, but even though they feel that you get a lot of attention, they feel like you're quite indifferent to it. Like they don't think you dislike it, they don't think you like it. Actually, they could actually perceive you as welcoming the attention that you get, even though they feel that you're quite indifferent about it, but they feel like you're, quite welcoming about it. Like if someone's giving you attention, like you entertain them, you'll talk to them, you'll smile at them. If you see someone looking at you, um, like you're quite inviting, you know? But yeah, they also perceive you as quite intuitive. Um, but at the same time, they perceive you as quite unemotional. Like there's something quite stoic about you in this person's perception. So for a lot of you here, like they could see you as someone they want to be in a relationship with or deepen an existing relationship. It doesn't have to be referring to a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be, just getting to know someone like as a friend, acquaintance, stuff like that. But they do perceive you as very interesting, and they feel very curious of you. They do perceive you as quite cautious though. They could think that you don't necessarily trust easily, but they aren't sure whether or not that gets in the way of your relationship though. They may, like, even though they, perceive you as not trusting easily, they may not actually feel that it gets in the way of them knowing you, or, still feeling like you're quite open. But yeah, they see you as wanting love, but maybe not letting love in. but they also feel you have your reasons for that, even if they don't know those reasons just yet. They perceive you as very gentle, if I haven't said that already. They also see you as someone who might follow maybe a strict schedule, or they just see you as like a planner. And they do perceive you as quite feminine, very graceful, and just having this zen, tranquil vibe about you. But they also think or know that there's a side to you that can also be very serious and stubborn, even though, like, overall, they kind of see you as this quite zen, stoic kind of character. They also perceive you as social. Like, I don't know, like, this may not be in terms of like being extroverted or introverted. I don't think that really matters. Like, they could still perceive you as introverted and good in social situations. They could perceive you as, extroverted and good in social situations. I don't think that part matters. But um they do perceive you as social. They can just feel like you do very well in social situations. Maybe you're able to kind of get along or mix with like a lot of different people, or kind of people just kind of gravitate towards you. um yeah, so regardless of whether you're extroverted or an introvert, they also feel that you're someone, I think I just said this, but like someone people typically, gravitate towards. And that could be the reason why they feel like you're good in social situations. They also perceive you as a missed opportunity. Like, they could feel that you've moved on from them, or you aren't on the, on the same, like, you're not maybe as interested in them as you were before, or just not as interested in them as they are you. But there is a part of them that could feel that they lost you, and because of this, they also see you as selfish. But I have to say, it doesn't seem like they see you as selfish for any real reason. Like, you haven't really done anything for them to feel like you're selfish. But this could just be like referring to your energy towards them at the moment. So, like, if you have changed towards them, then that could be why they're, feeling that way. Um, so yeah, there's a part of them that could feel that you aren't treating them how they feel they deserve to be treated. They could perceive you as kind of like disregarding them a little bit. They think you might not have a lot of support or resources at the moment. But they don't really think that it's something that is affecting you from their, perception. So they could also think you are indecisive. This may not be in general, it could just be about something specific. They could also think, if it's not indecisive, they could think that you're struggling to, yeah, I guess indecisive, that you're struggling to come to a decision. This could be about something in your life, like finances, career. Let me see if it's about them as well. Could be about your personal life, maybe your relationships. They feel like you are finding it hard to come to a decision about that. But they could also perceive a lot of your relationships as not stable, maybe some of your past relationships, maybe current relationships as well. Like, they could also feel that you've had your fair share of bad relationships. If you are currently in a relationship, they could feel that this is not a good relationship for you and that it's unstable. But they could also feel that you are lacking real happiness in your life. And for some of you, they could also perceive you as talking about them at the moment. So we have happiness. And what does that say? It says, be the master of playful living, release expectations, and enjoy every day. Let worry, let go of worry, and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Anyway, so we have happiness, we have take a shot, we have you are giving your power away, we have sex, kiss, hug, we have chase, we have baby, we have ceremonies and celebrations, and value your self-worth, and finding the path. So with happiness, it feels like they perceive you as still trying to find that happiness in your life, although they do see you as quite playful. Like they could also perceive you as, even though they see you as quite playful, they feel like there's this other side that is serious, that you do have high expectations for yourself. Let me see. They could feel that these high expectations could impact your happiness and you actually find that happiness, but that they do feel like that is something that you're, trying to find at the moment. Like, even though they feel like you come across quite happy and joyful at times, they don't feel it is genuine sometimes as well. Like, like sometimes when someone smiles, but their eyes give it away, that you can tell that they're a little bit sad or that something's not right. So they could feel that with you or see that, with you. With baby, reconnect with your innocence. Like they perceive you as someone who is quite innocent, who comes across very innocent, quite sweet, and like genuine and kind. With sex, kiss, hug, they perceive you as very beautiful. They could perceive you as quite affectionate. Um, but I don't know, for some of you, this may not be openly affectionate. For others of you, it could be. With value your self-worth, they could perceive you as confident. They could also perceive you as valuing yourself as well. So over here it says face and embrace the person in the mirror. No, sorry. It says face and embrace the person in the mirror over here. And it says face and embrace all parts of yourself. So they could feel that you are on this journey of embracing yourself. For some of you, they could already feel like you already do embrace yourself and all the different parts of yourself. With finding the path, like they do see you as still trying to like find yourself in some way. For some of you, they can perceive you as still trying to establish yourself. Do you have more from this? Like they kind of see you as being on a journey still, like, you're not kind of like settled, you're not at any final destination. So with take a shot, they perceive you as someone that they do want to take a shot with. And going back to finding the path, below it says you are the driver and the navigator. They also perceive you as someone that is in control. Like this could just be in general, like in control of themselves. I don't know if this is going to be for everyone, but in terms of you are giving away your power, like if there is any type of like instability in your life, they could feel that that situation is taking away your power. Or you're kind of giving away your power to a situation that is potentially unstable. Um, with ceremonies and celebration, they see you as someone that they do want to celebrate with. Eventually, let me see. This feels like it is related to like their kind of like goals, or their milestones, or a celebration that they're doing, and they kind of want you to be a part of it. And finally, with take a shot, they see you as someone that they do want to take a shot on. Like they do want to take, I don't know if it's necessarily a risk. But yeah, they do want to take a shot on you. They do want to take a chance. I'm just thinking, should I get some more cards? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to cap the reading here. I do hope it can be helpful. I hope it can make sense. And I'm wishing you guys the best, alright? Please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you, the person on your mind. How are they perceiving you at the moment, alright? So we have the Emperor upright, Seven of Cups in reverse, and the King of Cups upright. Okay. Alright, so it feels like they perceive you as a leader, as someone who's naturally authoritative. They could think you're a good leader as well. But at the same time, like even though you do have that authoritative kind of vibe to you, they also perceive you as quite bubbly, quite positive and enthusiastic. They do think you have a lot of masculine qualities about you. They perceive you as quite well off and comfortable and just established in life. They see you as very creative and independent and confident. They also see you as hardworking and generally someone who has a lot of discipline. And they also feel that you have a lot of discipline in the things that you do. They also see you as ambitious. They do think you're strategic, and they do think you like to plan ahead. And with you being strategic, they kind of perceive this as you being intelligent as well. They see you as someone who takes accountability. They perceive you as respectful of others, but also as someone people respect and they respect. They also perceive you as quite protective. They think you like to travel, you want to travel, you have travel plans, or that traveling is a goal for you. So they could think you're building something at the moment. For some of you, this could be figuratively. For others of you, this could be literally, and they could feel that you are maybe handy or good with your hands, or I think I said earlier, creative. So maybe they feel that you create things as well, but they do think you are a builder. Um, they could like perceive you as good at DIY and stuff like that. But in terms of like metaphorically, they could feel that you are building a stronger foundation for yourself. They do feel that you naturally take control of situations, people, or places, but they don't think you're controlling. They do see you as having power and influence, but again, not using that to control, just using it as like as a way to lead, like and lead well. They do perceive you as a passionate person. They perceive you as a little scary at times, maybe a little intimidating, maybe a bit aggressive sometimes or abrupt. But they perceive you as having your head screwed on straight. Like they think you are very straightforward. You don't have your head in the clouds. You're quite maybe realistic and maybe rational. But at the same time, like they do perceive you as intuitive and spiritual in ways. They also perceive you as having multiple paths. Like in some area or areas of your life, you have an abundance of choices, and they do feel that you are very lucky. They could feel that you've been, blessed in this life. They also perceive you as seeing through lies or illusions. They think you aren't someone that can be influenced, but they also perceive you as, compassionate and genuine, if I haven't said so already. And they also feel that you're quite trusting of people too. But overall, they perceive you as very mature and wise. They do think you have a strong community around you, or maybe just community is important to you in their perspective. So they feel that you are able to understand and see other people's points of view, their perspectives, and they could feel that this comes from you having empathy and you being an empathetic person. And even though they feel that you have power and influence, they don't feel that you dominate others. They could perceive you as preferring a traditional way of life, but they also see you as fun and playful. Like they perceive, like, I don't know who you're asking about, but whoever you're asking about, they perceive you as like a good friend, daughter, partner, son, brother, like whatever kind of relationship you have with the person you're asking about, they feel that you are, a good person. Um, yeah. So how do they perceive you at the moment? We have Swan Grace, and it says, "You who glides across the water of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light, help me transform into elegance and grace, inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty." So I think I said this earlier, but it says, "Bring me your wisdom and light." They could, like, they do perceive you as quite wise. I think I said this earlier as well, but they perceive you as quite intelligent. So it's like if they were to come to you for advice, like they would be able to trust it because they do feel like it's coming from like a good place. So we have Grace, we have that project, that idea, that person is waiting. We also have believe what you see. We have cat, take care of yourself, trust that if you do, you will always land on your feet. Email, be mindful of the messages you send. Socialize or join in. We have spiritual or religious community. And we also have gift of freedom. All right, so with that project, that person, that idea is waiting, it feels like this is referring to your ambitions. Like they do perceive you as quite ambitious. They can feel you have like a lot of ideas that you're, wanting to get to and things that you're wanting to pursue. So with socialize or join in, they could feel that you make, like you have good connections. So yeah, so this could be like just random connections, how do I put this in a simple way? Like, when like people have a person for everything, like you have a person that maybe you can go to about cars or about design, like you just have like different hookups basically. So it could be connections like that. So even though they perceive you as quite like a good maybe people person, you do good in like certain situations, they don't really perceive you as all that social. But like if you have to get involved, then you will. So they could feel that you um like get involved with things and people even though you sometimes don't necessarily want to, but they do feel like you take part. With cat, this is random, but for some of you they could feel that you are a cat person. But I feel like this is also in terms of them perceiving you as quite graceful. They could also perceive you as taking care of yourself. They could perceive you as not having very strong attachments. Let me see, to people. No, not to people. I think the best way to put it is that they don't perceive you as very possessive, you know, whether that be over people or things. Like they could also perceive you as quite a free spirit. For some of you with email, be mindful of the messages you send. They actually feel like they need to be mindful about what they say to you and how they communicate with you, just in case like they do or say something that could potentially get them on your bad side. So they do feel they need to be, a bit, um, yeah, just cautious in what they say to you or how they speak to you. So with spiritual or religious community, they could perceive you as quite spiritual. I think I said this earlier, but they could perceive you as having quite a strong community. For some of you, they could perceive you as being a part of like a strong or just, a spiritual community. But they do feel like a lot of the people in your circle are like-minded. Like these people could have similar views to you. And finally, we have believe what you see. So they perceive you as someone that believes what they see. Like they don't feel like if you were to see a red flag, then you'll take it for what it is. Like they don't feel you kind of, like delude yourself in any way. Like they do feel you are someone that is able to see past illusions as well. So if you see something for what it is, then you see it for what it is, and that's how they perceive you. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. And I'm wishing you guys the best. Alright, please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the third group, then this reading could be for you, the person on your mind. How do they perceive you at the moment? So we have Nine of Swords upright. We have Page of Cups upright. And the Wheel of Fortune upright. Okay, so it feels like they actually perceive you as quite nervous and anxious. This could be around them specifically, or they're only noticing it when you are around them and with them. But they also feel like they're quite anxious and cautious of you too. But they also see you as quite confident despite that. But they do feel there's a part of you that can be quite affected by other people's opinions, or you don't like, or you can't really handle criticism, or you're, kind of affected by people's negative opinions, or just like differing opinions. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. So they could also think you're going through a difficult time right now, but they think you're dealing with it and they think you're trying to heal. They perceive you as realistic. They could also see you as someone who enjoys nature. They do typically perceive you as quite down to earth. They see you as an overthinker. They could assume or know you're going through a nightmare situation, or like they might do they perceive so they perceive you as going through a nightmare situation. They don't like necessarily know whether or not you perceive it that way, but it's like if they were in your shoes and if they were dealing with what you're dealing with, they would find it a nightmare. But you personally, you could actually be dealing with it quite well. You might not see it as a nightmare at all. But yeah, they also perceive you as struggling with your health. This could be what they think you're healing. But there is a part of them that thinks you need to take even more care of yourself and your health. They see you as taking a little break. They do perceive you as a little chaotic at times. They could think that they hurt you in some way. For some of you, depending on who this is, they could think that they broke your heart. They could also perceive you as a little immature and irresponsible, but this isn't in a bad way. Like, this could be in a good way. Just that they feel that you don't really take everything too serious. They see you as quite playful, still connected to your inner child and just very youthful. So they kind of see it in that way. For some of you, they perceive you as a little forgetful. They perceive you as quite flirtatious as well, or you just have this like naughty, a bit cheeky vibe to you. Maybe when you want to be, they don't necessarily feel like you're like that all the time, but just like when you want to be, you can. They also see you as very beautiful. They feel that there is this cuteness to you as well. They perceive you as like a little shut down emotionally. Like they could feel that you are quite an empathetic person, but don't necessarily have that empathy for yourself. Like from their perspective, they could perceive you as struggling to like love yourself or love certain parts of yourself. But they do see you as trying to change your fate and your destiny. But they do perceive your life as a little unpredictable or just not very stable. They could also see you as quite unpredictable as well. They kind of feel that you prefer to go with the flow. They perceive you as very quirky, actually, maybe a little eccentric. And they also perceive you as having a lot of potential, and they do view you as quite positive as well. Like there's also a part of them that does feel that they should take a risk on you. So we have action, pronghorn. It says now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. We also have some good shit is about to happen. We also have stop obsessing and tap into your higher wisdom. We have cell phone, polish your communication skills. We have make time for self-care. We have clearing negativity. And we have self-creation. So like I mentioned earlier, with some good stuff is about to happen, they do perceive you as trying to change your fate, trying to change your destiny. And with action as well, like they do feel that right now you are taking action in order to change those things for yourself, to maybe seek out more opportunities for yourself, to maybe create a better life for yourself, maybe manifest more stability as well. But they do feel that you are trying to move forward. Like they don't perceive you as looking backwards. They do definitely think you are focused on the future and you know, moving forward the best way you can. So with self-creation, be the author of your own life. They perceive you as trying to do that. Like like, I know I said this like a million times already, but they do perceive you as trying to take control. Like, you know, sometimes you kind of feel like you're on a path and there's nothing that you can really do about it. But they don't feel that you're kind of succumbing to, you know, what some people might consider fate or your destiny. They feel that you are trying to take control of it and trying to, you know, kind of create a new version of, um, you know, like create a new version and a new path for yourself. So with make time for self-care, they could perceive you as needing to make time for self-care. They could feel that you don't have a lot of time for it. But they do feel that that could be something that you need to make a priority. And with action, they feel that if you continue to trust yourself, um, and continue to like push yourself, that you will, that it will eventually lead you to success, you know, and to a goal that you're trying to manifest. So with angels tap into your higher wisdom, like they do perceive you as wise, like they do perceive you as being able to maybe discern the right path for you moving forward. So for some of you, they could perceive you as needing to stop obsessing. For some of you, this could be like overthinking that they feel like you need to stop. So with polish your communication skills, they could feel that you maybe have a hard time communicating with them. This doesn't really feel like you're related to your communication skills in general, just specifically to them. Um, and I know we said earlier something about, I can't remember what it was, something about them feeling like you are anxious around them. So it could be, that could be connected. And finally, with clearing negativity, that's something that they feel you're trying to do right now. Like they perceive you as trying to clear negativity from maybe, you know, certain things in your life right now. It could be personally, it could be from your past. I know there was a message earlier about healing, so that could be something that they feel you're trying to heal and kind of get a handle on. And yeah, that is all we have, right? Well, I really do hope the reading could help and make sense. And I'm wishing you the best. All right, please take care. Bye.